We were waiting for just a moment. You'll note that I'm joined today not only by a number of the members of Houston City Council, but some city staff and representatives of our police union, our fire union, and the Hope Union was supposed to be here as well, and I fully expect to be joined in progress. We were holding off for a minute for him to be here, but I'm going to proceed. Yesterday, I sent a memo to Omar Reed, the HR director for the city of Houston, instructing him to make changes to our benefits policy for the city. So today I am announcing that the city will begin offering benefits to all legally married spouses of city employees. I repeat, all legally married spouses of city employees. This will apply to same-sex couples who have been married in a state where same-sex marriage is legal. My decision is based on a city legal department interpretation of recent U.S. Supreme Court decisions and other relevant case law from around the country. Folks immediately will say, well, but didn't we have a referendum in 2001 that has been relied on to say that we cannot grant domestic partner benefits or same-sex benefits? However, the amendment specifically permits benefits to be provided to legal spouses of employees. I can only assume that it was contemplated that there would never be a time when same-sex couples were in legally sanctioned relationships that could ever be recognized in a state or by the federal government. But after a careful review, we have determined that case law is such, and in fact, what's happening around the country is such that we cannot continue to treat employees differently based on their sexual orientation if they are, in fact, legally married. Based on the right to equal protection under the law, it is unconstitutional for the city to continue to deny benefits to the same-sex spouses of our employees who are legally married. This change is not only the legal thing to do, it is the right, just, and fair thing to do. The City of Houston is following actions already taken by several federal agencies, including the Internal Revenue Service, which announced in August that all legally married same-sex couples will be recognized as married for federal tax purposes, even if those couples reside in states that do not recognize same-sex marriage. As a result of this policy change, same-sex spouses of city employees will now be eligible for the same health care and life insurance benefits previously offered only to heterosexual married couples. It is unclear at this time as to how many employees will take advantage of the change because there is no way to know how many have legally recognized same-sex marriages. And in fact, the way that those couples will step forward and communicate that to the HR department is the same for heterosexual couples. You bring in a copy of your marriage license and proof that you have, in fact, been married in a state that recognizes your relationships. This policy does not extend benefits to domestic partners. We still have a prohibition against that in the city charter. It applies only to legally married couples. The next question may be, well, what about the state Defense of Marriage Act? All of our laws state that we are not required to follow laws that are unconstitutional, and we believe that the only, again, constitutional, just, right, and fair thing to do is to extend benefits to our married, all of our married employees, whether they are heterosexual or same-sex couples. And I'm happy to be standing here today to announce that today. Thank you. Not that I needed anyone to bring this issue to my attention, but I had been individually contacted by civilian employees of the Houston Police Department, or the City of Houston, civilian employees of the City of Houston, police officers, classified Houston police officers, and some classified firefighters. I assume that they also talked to their union leadership about this issue, but I had already asked the city attorney to examine what our responsibilities were with changes in federal law and the recent Supreme Court ruling. So I'm very happy to be here today and happy with the support I am receiving within